Right, so I'm going to talk to you about manual drafting and different techniques used when you're manual drafting. So the first thing I'm going to discuss is line types and line weights. So the line we always use most is construction lines, and we'll always draw our whole manual drafting sheet using construction lines, unless we're definite about the line we're going to draw. So a construction line is drawn using a 2H pencil. This is a light pencil, so that when you look at the sheet it's not that visible from a distance. So construction line is that heavy. And then next is our finish line, and our finish line is always done in a heavier pencil like a HB or a 2B. This just makes it easier to distinguish the drawing and see our actual finished drawing. So here we can see that it's clearly heavier and that it's a lot more easier to see. Also, we have hidden lines. This line is a dotted line, also used to draw in a 2H pencil. So a hidden line is just like that, and that's just to show detail in behind the actual drawing we're drawing. So next we have lines of different angles. So we have two set squares, and on these set squares, on the first set square, it's a 45-degree set square. This means that at both sides of the set square is 45 degrees. So it's easy to just draw a line like that. Also, when we put the set square like this, it'll give us a straight line, which is 90 degrees, and that line is on setting is on both set squares. And on our other set square, it's called 3060 set square. This is because on one side of the set square we can easily draw a 30-degree angle, and on the other side we can draw a 60-degree angle. So that's the angles that are set on our set squares. And then we have a protractor, and a protractor can draw any angle from 0 to 180. So you just simply put it on your T-square, then mark off any angle. So I'm picking 65 here, and then you mark the center point as well, and then you simply just join these lines up like so, and that's an angle of 65. So next I'll show you perpendicular lines. So a perpendicular line can easily be drawn with a T-square if you want. So just a straight line, put the set square on it, put it at 0, and just draw a line down. That there is 90 degrees. If you want to draw a perpendicular line, but the line is at an angle, so I'll show you here. So the line is just here's just the random line, and now we want to draw a line perpendicular to that. So we set our set square onto this line so that it lines up perfectly. Then we grab our other set square and we put the edge of it to it, and then we just draw a straight line, and that line there is perpendicular. For parallel lines, it's much the same. We can, for straight lines, just use the T-square and just mark off a line, and then the next line is obviously going to be parallel because the T-square hasn't changed angle or anything. But for a line off at any angle like that, we just set our set square up along it. Then we grab our other set square, put it at the edge of it, so then we can easily slide our set square up and down any distance, and then we just draw that line, and now that line there is parallel to that line. So then finally I'll talk to you about creating circles. So the easiest way to create a circle is using your compass. So you set it to the radius you want, put it at your center point, and just draw the circle. Very easy. Now for drawing a curve, it depends what kind of curve you're drawing. If you want to draw a closed curve like an ellipse, we use concentric circles method. And if we want to do like a parabola, which would be very common in a manual drafting sheet, we usually use the rectangle method. So this is, we just draw up a box, and then we divide this box in half, roughly. This is just rough now. Then we draw a line out here, any angle. We divide that up equally using our compass, but I'll just do it by eye. So I just picked 3. You join the last point down here, and then use your sliding set squares to do parallel lines, just like I showed you. So that's just that, that's just that. Then these lines here join back up to the halfway point at the top of the parabola, depending on what way you want the parabola facing. And then here we divide this line up equally as well. So you just draw out a line at an angle, and then I'll just do it by eye. And also we join this up to the halfway line, and then we just do parallel lines. Now for this part, we bring the lines straight up till they intersect our other lines. So then this line intersects here, and this line intersects here, and then we just draw a parabola or a curve. And that's one half done, and you can just simply do the other half by bringing the lines over, putting your compass on this point, and then just setting the radius. And that's the different techniques generally used.